We draw 4 here, which is pretty cool. 2 creatures plus the Raven's warning. It's nothing like outvaluing a Yorion deck. There it is. And that's how we do it. Just combo Ravens, Toski, the warning. It's all good. Into infinity and beyond, quite literally. Hola! Welcome back, and thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch Hello Good Game. Before we get into anything, we have a brand new giveaway started since we hit 20,000 as a celebration. Every single YouTube premiere, which happens twice a day, 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. MST, Mountain Standard Central, the first 100 likes on my video while it's live will trigger a $10 gift card giveaway to Grey Viking Games, which is pretty cool. You can spend it on packs, cosmetics, avatars, a whole bunch of really cool stuff for Magic the Gathering Arena. All you have to do, get in on the premiere, hit that like button, scroll down, and comment a number, and take the next number that was after the one above you, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'll throw it in a random number generator once we get 100 likes. Boom, there we go. Scroll down in the comments, find the right number, reach out, and then there is your gift card. We're going to be doing that every single day times 2 because we do 2 videos every day, right? So in every single video, come hang out in the YouTube premieres with us. We have a live chat. We're all talking. I'm always there with the community having a great time. And now you will be too. Okay, with that out of the way, today we are playing the King of Critters, an Ace Ventura themed deck. And in this case, Alrund is Ace Ventura. We're using Ravens and Squirrels to dominate the Mythic meta, which is a lot of fun. It's a Bant mid-range / combo deck that has the colors. Obviously, if you're unfamiliar with Bant, that will refer to the color combination of white, blue, and green. Mid-range / combo is, not doing much for your first 3 to 4 turns. And then once you can kind of find your pieces, you'll pop off from there really nicely. We'll break down the deck list. We'll talk about the strategies, the synergies, so you know how to play it. And then we'll get into today's gameplay footage and demonstrate it firsthand for you as well. So you can hit the ground running and have some success with the deck if you like it. Let's get into it. All right, you guys, thank you again for hanging in there with me. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to help support the channel. We also have Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant available to download for free to everybody on Windows. It's got everything that you need to know, your deck statistics, metagame analysis, your collection information. Coolest thing, in my opinion, is the Deck Advisor, which lets you know what decks you can play based on your current card collection, which is just, about the best thing since sliced bread. So download that. It's available for free. The links to everything that I'll ever mention will be in my link tree. Jump into that. You'll have all the latest and greatest stuff there to check out. Woohoo! Let's get into it. Bant, mid-range / combo. I don't know where we want to really fall on this one. If it works, it's a combo. If not, it's a mid-range. How about that? King of the Critters has a average converted mana cost of 4.4, 11 creatures, and 24 non-creatures, so a pretty good spread there. 25 lands, because again, our average converted mana cost is so high that we really want to be reliably hitting those 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th lands, and maybe even up to 10, right? We don't want to be missing land drops, that's for sure. Of course, because it is such a heavy average converted mana cost deck, we have plenty of ramp to help support us along that journey. Let's start where the deck is ending, right? It's Alrund's Epiphany. This is the Ace Ventura of the deck. 7 converted mana cost, sorcery speed spell. Create 2 1/1 blue bird creature tokens with flying. Take an extra turn after this one. Exile Alrund's Epiphany. We can have a cost reduction on it by foretelling it, which is when you will pay 2 mana to foretell any card. That's a universal cost. It goes into exile face down, and then we can cast it from exile at whatever speed the spell is, whether it's a creature at sorcery speed or sorcery at sorcery speed, or an instant at instant speed, which is pretty cool. You know, we do get the cost reduction because now it only costs 6 instead of 7. And if we are shy on land, that's great. And we can kind of foretell it whenever we have extra mana on our journey to 6 or 7, respectively. So we're taking extra turns. We're putting ravens in the air. That will allow us to attack. This is only a 60 card deck, so we're going to really rely on drawing Alrund's Epiphany, right? We don't want to play Orion. We want to draw Epiphany, play Epiphany, take more draws, which we'll get to in a second, and then play Epiphany again, and just kind of repeat that process as many times in a row as we can. So we'll be comboing Alrund's Epiphany into Alrund's Epiphany into Alrund's Epiphany. This is done through the ravens that it creates, right? Because it will create the 2/1/1 blue birds with flying. Plus, you will have now Toski, Bearer of Secrets, to play on top of them, which will trigger a draw, right? And that draw will find you more Alrund's Epiphany, which you can play, and that process just kind of repeats itself, like I mentioned. Toski is a 1/1 with Indestructible. This spell can't be countered. It also attacks each combat if able. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, right? So those ravens or those bird tokens, when they're attacking, will get draws off of that, which is great. Hopefully drawing more Alrund's Epiphany. The rest of the deck is just general support for this main combo. When we look at survivability, we have things like the Cyclone Summoner, 3 copies of this, a giant wizard, 7/7. So not only is this a nice form of control, but it's a decent body to beat down your opponent with as well, alongside your ravens. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, return all permanents to their owner's hand, except for giants and wizards and lands, I guess, right? Of course. So this will, if your opponent is playing an aggro-oriented deck, push everything back to their hand. Now they've got to respend all of that mana again. It should help you survive and gain control of the match through a form of stabilization here. Of course, we do have also 4 copies of Doomskar for 5 mana at sorcery speed. Destroy all creatures. We can foretell it for 3 mana, which is really cool. So, you know, on turn 2, we foretell it, and then on turn 3, we can cast it potentially. So very early wipes for us if we need, which is really, really helpful in the current meta because it is quite aggressive. Moving on, we do have 4 copies of Brazen Borrower. The Petty Theft here also acts as some form of interruption. Return target non-land permanent and opponent controls to its owner's hand. And this is, of course, at instant speed as the adventure on Brazen Borrower, which is a 3/1 with flash and flying, only blocking other creatures with flying. What's cool about this is the fact that we can use Petty Theft, slow our opponent down, gain positive mana conversion because it only costs 2, and we're probably bouncing something that costs 3, 4, maybe even higher than that, right? So we're gaining value here. We play it as the creature, we get the attack, then we use Cyclone Summoner, bounce it back to our hand, and we can re-Petty Theft for more tempo advantage. The Summoner pushing everything back is massive tempo advantage, and then the Petty Theft bouncing one thing back for only 2 mana is also pretty good as well. With that being said, we have a lot of ramp to support, you know, what's going on here, because Cyclone Summoner 7 mana, Epiphany 7 mana, could be 6 mana, right? So these spells are very expensive. We're ramping into them with things like Wolfwillow Haven. 4 copies of this in deck, an enchantment for 2, enchant land, and whenever that land is tapped, its controller will add an additional green source to its pool. So, you know, just a nice form of ramp, and late game, if we need, we can pay 5, sacrifice it, create a 2/2, which is all right, not so bad. Of course, we move on now to our migration path. 4 copies of this at 4 mana, sorcery speed, searching our library for 2 basic lands, putting them directly in play, and then shuffling our library. If we pull this late game and we already have a ton of lands in play, we can just cycle it away, right? Drawing another card, trying to find our Epiphany. That is all the ramp we have, and it's really all the ramp we need. If we are casting the Haven on turn 2, on turn 3, we'll have 4 mana, which allows us to cast our Path, bringing us to 5, 6, and then on turn 4, we're playing a land, which brings us to 7. So on turn 4, we could be playing our Alrund's Epiphany, which is very, very good. With that being said, we do have some draw within the deck that's going to help us find our Epiphany. It's going to help us find the ramp or the interruption that we need. This comes most easily in the form of Behold the Multiverse. 2 copies at 4 converted mana at instant speed. Scry 2, then draw 2 cards. We can reduce the cost of it through the Foretell, which is 2 mana. So there's almost no reason not to do this. Getting it out of your hand so your opponent can't gain access to it. Plus having massive value looking at the top 4 of your library potentially. If that value wasn't enough, we also have the Graven Lore for 5 mana at instant speed, which is amazing. Scry X, where X is the amount of snow to cast this spell. Of course, we have a lot of snowland in the deck. And then draw 2 cards. Then draw 3 cards, which is... It's too much. It's absolutely insane. So we're scrying up to 5, and then we're drawing 3, looking at potentially the top 8 cards of our library, which is very, very good. Now that that's out of the way, we may need to survive. What if there's too much aggro and they're boxing us out? Well, we have a single copy of Dream Trawler, a 3/5 with flying and lifelink. Whenever you draw a card, put +1/+1 on the Dream Trawler. And of course, we can discard a card to give it hexproof until the end of turn and tapping it. And of course, one more thing I should say is whenever it attacks, we draw a card as well. The draw works really good with Behold the Multiverse. It works really good with Graven Lore. Unfortunately, it will not combo with Toski because the draw for Toski takes place after combat. So you won't really get that extra hit in with the Dream Trawler, but that's totally fine. And now to kind of sum up the deck and bring it now into level 2, we have the Raven's Warning. This is my favorite card recently. An enchantment saga for 3. When it enters play, create a 1/1 blue bird creature token with flying, going to Raven Town. We also gain 2 life, which is really good. Next up, whenever 1 or more creatures you control with flying deal combat damage to a player this turn, look at that player's hand and draw a card. Foresight of their hand and what your upcoming turns will, look like and require you to do is extremely valuable. It's the same reason playing Valky is a good idea, even if you know he's going to be removed, because you get to see what your opponent's playing. You know what's happening in the upcoming turns, which is very, very good. And then, of course, you will draw a card, which is very good also. Finally, you may put a card you own from outside the game on the top of your library. This is great because this triggers on our draw step, right? And, then we're going to be using Toski to draw. Through the attacks, we'll just pick it right into our hand, which is really nice. Then we can immediately cast it. Moving now into the Raven board. We used to call it a Wish board, but I guess now it's a Raven board. We've got the Crypt. Sacrifice it, exile all cards from target player's graveyard, just dealing with any recursion. We have a Negate, stopping any any non-creature spell. Everything, right? Just a total protect all. The Runestone. Non-land permanent cards in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield, and players can't cast spells from graveyards or libraries. This is also very good just to shut down your opponent's deck. Redain, God of the Worthy, Flying Vigilance 2/3, Snowlands, your opponent's control enter the battlefield tapped. Non-creature spells they have with converted mana cost 4 or greater will cost 2 more to cast. That's insane. And of course, the Shield is a legendary artifact for 4 mana. If Source would deal damage to you or a permanent, reduce it by 1. And of course, whenever you or another permanent you control becomes a target of a spell or an ability your opponent controls, counter that spell unless they pay 1, which is really quite great. A Midnight Clock for mill. Tap it to add a blue, pay 3, add an hour counter to it. Each upkeep, an hour counter goes on it, and then when there's 12, exile it, shuffle your hand in the graveyard into your library, draw 7. Shatter the Sky to protect us for 4. Each player who controls a creature with power 4 or greater draws a card, and then destroy all creatures. Cosmos Elixir for 4 artifact at the beginning of your end step. Draw a card if your life total is greater than 20. Otherwise, gain 2 life. Vorncleck 6/6 trample haste, big old body. If you would put counters on something, double those counters. If your opponent would put counters on something, half those counters, which is really cool. We have an additional Dream Trawler. We have an Emeria's Call for 7. Create 2 4/4 white Angel Warrior creature tokens with flying. Non-angels we control gain indestructible until our next turn. It is also the land. We have Best the Sea God. Create an 8/8 with hexproof. Tap everything it doesn't untap, and then gain control of something, untap it. Woof. Seagate. Draw a card equal to the number of cards in your hand +1, then no maximum hand size. Land on the opposite side. Coma Cosmos Serpent, 6/6, can't be countered. At the beginning of each upkeep, create a 3/3, and then we can sacrifice it to either tap target permanent, its abilities can't be activated, or give it indestructible until the end of turn. And Inversion, destroy all non-land permanents for 8, or the land, and of course an Ugin, 7 loyalty, +2/3, damage to any target, -X, exiling each permanent with 1 or more color of X or less, and -10, you gain 7 life, draw 7 cards, then put 7 permanents from your hand in play. Big woofs. That's the deck list, you guys. Oh my gosh, it's a long one. Woof. So, we basically broke down the strategies and synergies while we went through the list for the most part, but to recap, you guys, your main objective is to play Epiphany and draw cards through Toski. Repeat this process as many times as you can. It's going to win you the game really, really quickly. If you're drawing 2 to 3 cards every turn, there's no way not to draw your Epiphany, right? And we have all the ramp to help you get there and a full sideboard to make sure that you can both survive and thrive depending on what the situation really requires at that moment. Resetting all of the aggro decks with Doomskar, with Cyclone Summoner, with the Brazen Borrower's Petty Theft. We have Dream Trawler as well to gain that life back if we need. Again, a full sideboard can figure everything out as well. Raven's Warning is absolutely amazing. I couldn't think of a better card to be playing in Best of 1 right now. You get a creature, you gain life, you draw a card, you get to see your opponent's hand, and you have access to your sideboard. There's a lot of things happening within Raven's Warning. I really, really like it. So it's like birds and squirrels, I guess, is what we're doing. Toski in play, all the birds attack, we get massive draw, play Alrund, do the same thing again. Oh, look, I draw 5 cards, there's another Alrund, play it again, and you just keep adding more Ravens. They keep getting more draws through Toski, and, you know, that's it, right? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you for spending the time and your attention here with me today. Whether this is your first video or you're brand new to the channel, we have a 500,000 gem giveaway, one-on-one sessions with myself with cash prizes as well, times 100, free monthly cash prize tournaments, Brawl and Artisan, middle weekend and last weekend of every month. Lots more things going on. We have $10 gift cards in every single video on the YouTube live premiere, so get in on that. 6 a.m., 6 p.m. Mountain Standard, do the time conversions, whatever. Lots of cool stuff. 2 new decks a day for you guys. A blooming community, and I'm enjoying myself, having so much fun. I hope you all have been as well. We talked about the arena tool to download. We have, you know, really cool sleeves for you guys today as well through the arena codes in my link tree. Whether it be the new Uro, right, Uro's Revenge, or even these basic lands. There's so many cool sleeves available for you guys to check out if you want, of course. And yeah, enjoy the video, and we'll see you with our wrap-up thoughts. Take care. All right, so we're going first. 3 land doesn't really fit with what we want to happen. We have the Borrower, though, and we have Toski. There's no Scry here either, but I think we can get lucky. Check out my new sleeves. You can pick them up yourselves within my Linktree link. I think it was like $8 or something. Not much. Pretty cool sleeve. Okay, so we're not getting what we need, which is a Plains. But, I mean, we are dropping Toski. Where are all these forests coming from? This is like every forest we have. So we lose Toski or we lose the Borrower? Okay. At the very least, now we can grab, you know, 2 planes with our migration path. So that could be worse. What could that be? Poison the cup? Maybe? Taking 2 planes. Let's get Raven's Warning in play, and then we can Toski. I imagine they'll kill the Raven. I think we should cycle this. I mean, 6 is not 8, I guess. They do decide they want to block. So we're going to petty theft it back to our hand. And then we can take a double draw. I hope. Nice. Wow. So that is an aggressive hand. Oh, wow. We don't get to our sideboard now. Let's take our draw first. I want to bounce the binding so they don't get the land. Let's get Haven in play. End our turn. I think we just cycle this migration path. They gotta cultivate. Dang it! So their problem solved. We don't really buy any time with that. We should have just flashed in a creature. So they're obviously gonna take the Borrower. Doesn't matter what they take, really. How are we gonna deal with their hand, though? Like, we're so screwed. They can't take anything. Like, it just doesn't matter. They may as well take a Summoner. Like... Let's cycle our path. We're looking for our own Alrunds. Let's take our draw. They're not going to block. Get that damage in. Easy. Double draw. Oh, where are you, Alrund? Wow. Let's end our turn. You know, this is awkward. No matter what happens, this is incredibly awkward. Okay, and they had their own Epiphany. The 2 damage doesn't worry me, and then we take, you know, an additional 4 potentially. Back to back. And of course they have a Vorinclex to finish it off next turn. Okay, that is getting a little bit more annoying. They ultimatum now. Which they do. Oh my lord. That's too much. This is a full-out combo. They're picking what they want to pull. Vorinclex, Kyora. Another Alrund. What do we do? What do we do? So I don't care about Behold the Multiverse. That's fine, whatever. No blocks. Let's take our hit and our draw. Where are you, Alrund? I have 4 copies of that in there. 12%. That's psycho. Let's just push everything. All right. Yeah, we can block Vorinclex, but Ugin's just gonna hit the field on us, right? Or binding. Cry. Cry. Okay. This literally does not matter at all. Oh, oops. That's not a Zen step, so they can do it again. But they didn't. Nice. We got really lucky there. Let's end our turn playing it slow. Oh, this is quite the match. I'm really worried. They've got a sick hand. Okay, here's Ugin. -3. Or does it just kill the bird? Okay. Oh my god, where is Alrund? I'm gonna freak out. There's only 30 cards left in our library. We've not seen a single copy of it. We have 6 mana up. We need 2 for sure. Yeah, end our turn. Let's just use the 5 mana from the Borrower, probably. I cannot find our payoff spell. Ugin minus is 3 here, I think.
Silence.
Oh, we're so screwed. They have instant speed removal? No way! Wow. They are full of surprises, aren't they? So annoying, isn't it? Let's bounce it all back. And use our warning. They can't -7. But they, you know, have plenty of mana. So they go in with the binding first. They're down to 6. Do they hit us with Vorinclex? Yes. Okay. No blocks. Down to 5. Squirrel in play. Take our double draw. Where are you, Alrund? Oh, that was... Oh, it doesn't trigger because Vorinclex. Idiot. Idiot. Let's wipe the field. We have to keep up our Brazen Borrower in case there's something crazy, like another Vorinclex, LOL. I'm luckily there's no red so far. -4. Everything goes. They have 2 mana up. Did they draw more instant speed removal? We can only assume they did. We're only at 5 life, and now that's the problem.
I have greater matters.
We've gone through our entire deck. Where are you, Alrund? Can we get another off the top? Can we get another off the top? What a match. It was like, how can we not find this? You know what I mean? But then we just were saving it for the end. We go first. This is an awful lot of land. I think we can keep it, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I believe. If you just believe in these amazing Swiss chocolates. My God. Absolutely amazing. I must have eaten 100 of these today. Cycling deck. Interesting. So we probably don't want to bounce the Fox this turn. Bounce it next turn, maybe. Let's deal with that. 4 damage is definitely more than 1 or 2. Alright, ending our turn. It's a little slow on the Wolfwillow, but hey, it's okay. And then we're just banking into the Graven Lore here. I might even play it. No, we need a blue source. I mean, unless we top deck one. Alright, they are cycling now. They're like, okay, we know what we need to do. Let's go do it. We'll use that later. Let's just go for it. We need another white source and another blue source, which is great. We're all set up now. We're going to get hit, but it's not going to be that bad, and we can just kind of draw. We need to get into our sideboard and pull in a gate for their flare, and then just, like, use creature removal, I guess. I don't know. Cycling decks are annoying if you're not an aggro deck, right? It's like... Or maybe we exile their graveyard. That could be better. I guess we're going to wipe the field. End our turn. Push the Borrower in. Doesn't really do anything for us. They're in a good spot. They've got a full board of cycling in the grave. Right, we need to get rid of their graveyard, I think. But that means getting to our Raven, letting 2 turns pass, and then casting it, right? They're just going for it, which is not good. We definitely need to get rid of that graveyard. All right. Well, that Dream Trawler will save us. I'll attack. We could do this now or wait till our Trawler gets in for a bigger swipe of life back on our own selves, but we might die this turn. Right? If they have a flare, we're going to die. It just is what it is, I think. Maybe they were just waiting for us to tap out. They could have it in hand. Oh my god. If they have another one, we're dead, or like any other source of damage. Just more land. Maybe we get lucky and top deck more Alrund. No. They could just have it in hand and win, right? Good game. We don't have any counters. They're just going to flare us. Cry. They could even play a Draenith Stinger and cycle twice. Are you kidding me? Again, we have no negates. Even if this lands, we're dead. Right? Because they are doing so much damage. I mean, we could get lucky. We'll see here. Again, they've got 14 in the grave, so they have a bunch of chances to cycle for it. There it is. Good game. Oh, that's pretty lucky. See how cool it is when your cards are evenly spaced? It could be worse. All we need is a Wolfwillow. Oh, this is not going to be good. A little nervous. They're going to go pretty quick is the problem. Ouch. Going too slow. What we need is a Doomskar, I guess, even though they have Indestructible. Arrgh. Really? Nothing but land. I mean, you don't want to not have it, right? How's that saying go? 4 damage is unpleasant. Wow. At a certain point, you know what I mean? Like, come on. Come on, man. Grow up. A couple land in play, I guess you could say. Gulp. Hit for 7. We need to top deck some all runs off the top. There's nothing they can do about this. We do survive, you know, long enough to get it out, which is one of our goals. But we don't have reach. And now we don't even have a creature. That's game. Look at all this land. What the heck, man? We've drawn nothing but land. Go up, Arena. Yeah, real mature, Bradley. Just activate your Haven. Well, maybe not. I'll just block the Haven. That does maybe less damage than the flying. Down to 1. It's all about this top deck. Grow up, Arena. We need a lot more than that, sadly. I can't believe they gave us the draw. That seems awkward. Oh my god. I guess we could have got that out there if we played a forest. How much do we believe in the heart of the cards? Enough to pull another Alrund? I believe. Go big or go home. We already drew all the lands we have in the deck, so we're good there. You know what I mean? Look at this. What? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Cool. A ramp deck with no ramp. This should be good. Let's see how our opponent does. Another cycling deck. That's terrifying. So we want to get the trawler out as soon as possible. We really want some ramp. We're going to play this as an island. What is happening to us? Okay, perfect. We just want to bounce whatever they do. They're playing some weird cards here. That's a nice mana conversion. 4 mana for 2. We're close to our Epiphany, which we drew, believe it or not. Wow. Amazing. Savior in play. That's fine. Take our turn. I guess we'll thin our library. Let's take another blue source. Pass our turn. We flash in a borrower. Then we double turn. Okay, they're going to Animal Sanctuary the Selfless Savior. It's a play. We can take 2 damage, that's fine. Borrower goes in. Take our turn. Land in play. I guess we just go for it. I mean, it would be cool to take a double turn after Dream Trawler's in play, but I feel like they've got some stuff going on. So I just want to get as far ahead as we can. Then just bounce everything. The crows die, sure, but the Brazen Borrower comes back to our hand and we can reuse it as the petty theft, which is just about the coolest thing you can do, right? Just bounce something, gain positive mana or tempo, then play it as a creature, get a hit in, and then rebounce it to your hand to re-tempo play. It's quite nice. Plow goes out. Not worried about it. Savior as well. Why can't every matchup be like this? Right? Maybe they don't have anything. I mean, once we have the summoners going, we may as well just take our hits. It's massive positive mana. And it opens our attack lane. Oh! There's that Doomskar that we didn't want the Trawler to get hit with. I think there's another one, though, if I'm being honest. This thing has reach. It's annoying, and I hate it. I think we're good just to pass our turn, though. Plow in play. We don't have an attacker, though. But we just get the win. Doesn't matter. It's too much tempo. One more, you guys. One more match. More amazing land. Let's toss it. Wow. Let's toss Alrund. We're not going to survive to 7 mana with this hand. We'll try our best, though. We need a Plains very badly. Let's actually keep this as a blue source for our borrowers. LOL. New Uro sleeves. Get them in my link tree. They're ramping, which is not good. I guess we just flash in a borrower and attack with Toski for the draw. Wow, this does not look good. I can't believe we can't find a Plains. Ridiculous. We cannot find a Plains. Ridiculous. Yorion in play. I don't really mind that at all. What is happening? Let's bounce this thing. Take our draw. There it is. There it is. I find you. Raven's Warning in play, taking us to the sideboard. Hopefully. Hopefully. That's all we can do these days. In these troubling times, is hope. Finding the old gods is kind of annoying. Do they take Raven's Warning, I think? Killing the borrower. Now that's interesting. They have 3 mana, open only. That's not too troublesome. We should be okay there. You know, at least taking a single draw. 1 red source. I get a Shepherd in play to block Toski. Okay. I guess kill the Shepherd. If you're into that. Do you guys remember Flight of the Conchords? If you're into it. Good times. We get a double draw thanks to Raven's Warning. Oh no. Okay. Nice. And we need this to pop like a while ago. They don't have anything in their graveyard though, so it's not really helping them yet. Wolfwillow, you can do it. All right, let's just ramp a little bit more. We don't quite have enough to do what we want to do, but it's going to be pretty easy to get there. They grab a land. It's tapped. Ultimatum doesn't really do anything here. I think they just bounce Bindings, take out Raven's Warning, which is still really, really bad for us. I guess that means we should have played the other ones instead. And we still get a draw. We should kill this bird, I think. Huh. I mean, it's not bad. These giants are annoying. But this should solve that problem. Right? Especially after Raven's Warning as well. That's the combo, really, is Alrund's Epiphany, Raven's Warning, Toski. So good. Yeah, so good. A little bit of life as well. Don't mind that. We lose one Raven, but we do get a draw. One draw. Next turn we'll get some draws. Another path. Annoying, and I hate it. The lore is pretty cool. Let's see what we get, though. Maybe we can find just another Alrund's Epiphany organically. We draw 4 here, which is pretty cool. 2 creatures plus the Raven's Warning. It's nothing like outvaluing a Yorion deck. There it is. And that's how we do it. Just combo Ravens, Toski, Warning. It's all good. Into infinity and beyond, quite literally. What do we want to draw? Good game. They're like, okay, they're going to their sideboard. I am out of here. That's a lot of fun. That is not a bad situation. I think the Raven's Warning fits really good in this deck so far. Alrighty then. That was relatively successful. I think we can dial it in a little bit more. The land seemed heavy, right? We don't have that many land, but it did seem heavy. What if we start to incorporate some MDFC land to kind of balance that out? I think that this is going to be a highly competitive deck. Raven's Warning seems absolutely broken, especially in best of one. Any sideboard deck in best of one is, you know, just inherently better. If we could find a way to balance an 80 card deck with Yorion, with a ton of scrying and drawing, maybe even with, well, Alrund's Epiphany is not a snow permanent. Neither is Raven's Warning. So that's a little awkward, but there's something here, and it's only going to get better as myself and others continue to work with it, right? The idea of Alrund's Epiphany and the Squirrels, not mine, found it on Twitter, but adding Raven's Warning, that's all me. You know, the Dream Trawler, the Doomskar, I think it really helps the deck out, so we're not just relying on the Cyclone Summoner or the Adventure Shell. Those are the two kind of options that we've had so far, and I think this third option really is the key to the deck, right? Having Raven's Warning just seems absolutely amazing. So with that being said, thank you guys again for your time and attention. I did mention a few times throughout the video our new partnership with VGV, in which you can buy in-game cosmetics, codes, packs, all with your favorite source of payment, whether it be Google, Apple, PayPal. They've got it all covered, and the delivery is instantly sent to your email. So it's like you buy it, and as soon as you go to your email, there's the code. You put it into your store, right? Go to the store. There's a little redeem code here. Put it in there. Boom, you get your product immediately. Very, very cool stuff. Check out their site. It's available in my link tree. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, we're giving away a gift card to them every single day, twice a day during our YouTube live premieres. So $10 twice a day, $20 a day you guys could be winning. You just have to get in on the premiere, like the video, pick a number in the comments, and then I'll choose one of those numbers through a random thing, and you know, get in touch with you and give you your code. So get in on it, right? There's nothing like winning $20 a day from watching videos, right? That's pretty good. A way for me, as I become more successful, to give back to each and every one of you. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the channel to all of your friends, support financially on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, buying your day-to-day goods through our Amazon link, all of your Magic the Gathering Arena cosmetics through our VGV link, and yeah, cheers. I really, GVG? VGV. Who knows? Not this guy. I'll let you in on a little secret. I don't pay that much attention to many things. Take care, you guys. Have a good day. We'll see you in the next video. And yeah, enjoy.